am so happy to be here with Hannah, founder of Matchaful. Matchaful's been one of my favorite cafes and brands for years now. Thank you for everything you do. Would you introduce yourself?
Yeah, we're excited to be here at the show today. I'm Hannah, I'm the founder and chief matcha officer at Matchaful, and we are purveyor of very high quality, sustainably sourced Japanese tea. We have 7 matcha cafe locations in New York City, Manhattan, and Brooklyn that I think you might have been to. And we also have like amazing matcha snacks such as our granola that we sell at Erewhon, Whole Foods, and online. So
amazing. And yeah, I'm a matcha lover and I just love everything you do with your cafes and all the vegan, gluten-free treats. And I feel like you're doing a lot of innovative things. Also, you just have the loveliest people working in your cafes. I always have great conversations.
They are amazing, yes.
Yeah, I would love to learn from you more about your operations in Japan, the farms you work with, and about the sustainability in the growing process and the supply chain and everything it takes to get the matcha in our cups and in our homes.
So I've been doing this. Matchaful's just celebrated 10 years. So we've actually been working with direct trade farmers, so directly with farms in Japan for over 8 years. And really when I started the business, the goal was to bring more transparency to matcha and the growers behind the matcha, because I think that, you know, when this industry started 15 years ago with Japan, it was a lot of tea brokers selling matcha. So there wasn't a lot of transparency into who was growing it and how it was grown. And I was very fortunate to meet Hattori-san, our farmer, who's actually here with us at the show right
wonderful.
here.
Maybe he can come say hi in a minute.
He can come say hi.
Yes.
But Hattori-san and I have been partnering for 8 years. We met actually at a tea show a long time ago, and he was one of the only farmers in Japan who's not selling his leaves, but actually kind of, you know, keeping them in house, growing the leaves, refining them, and selling them, and never losing sight of, you know, the actual product. So I was so fortunate to be introduced to him, and you know, he grows in the beautiful region of Shizuoka, Japan. So I'm very lucky that I get to go visit him, and he's the first farmer in Japan to actually install solar panels and get government approval. He actually has a patent on the solar technology for tea growing in Japan. So he's also, you know, just a joy to work with. He's a pioneer in this industry, and we're very fortunate that we get to be able to sell this very sustainably grown matcha.
That's phenomenal. And are the tea leaves growing underneath the panels?
Yes.
Okay, that's amazing, because my other job is I work in agrivoltaics, so specifically growing different kinds of crops under panels. But I haven't seen, like, I mean, tea leaves, that's not really being done in the US right now. That's so phenomenal.
Yeah, and he's trying to help train and educate other farmers on how to do it, and it's actually been very helpful for the tea plants as well to have this additional shading component on top of them, because it's been helping to mitigate frost. And frost is one of the things that can really hurt his harvest and kill the tea plant. So it's been not only sustainable, but also really good for the tea itself, which is great.
I love hearing stories like that, like agrivoltaics combining solar and crops. It creates that microclimate under the panels that makes crops more resilient, like you just said, to frost, or even on the other end to extreme heat. So it's just like such a phenomenal way to build resiliency for farms and generate clean energy and additional revenue.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I don't even think he knew, the effects of what solar was going to have on the crops until he started installing these, and it's just been amazing for the crops as well. So he has, I believe, 11 hectares of solar tea growing in Japan right now. They're all under solar panels, so a lot of land, and he plans over the next 5 years to have 47 hectares of solar grown matcha in Japan. So it's very exciting.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Lovely to meet you. Yes. I was just hearing all about your farm. What has been the experience of having the solar panels with your matcha?
So he wants to make a good quality matcha, but through providing shade, tea trees.
Do you drink matcha every day?
抹茶毎日飲みますか？
抹茶は非常なけど、緑茶の毎日飲んでますよ。
Mostly he drinks every day sencha,
Sencha,
not matcha, but he
Yeah.
testing every day.
Right.
Many
Yeah.
kind of matcha.
Thank you for everything
Thank
you
you.
do.
ありがとうございます。
Well, I hope to be able to visit a matcha farm one day. I'm curious, I mean, matcha has exploded in popularity in the West in the last quite a few years now, but I think because of that, it's harder to, there's not good quality matcha flooding the market, which is why it's like so wonderful to see, you know, businesses such as yours, especially women-owned businesses, you know, that are so committed to quality and transparency. And yeah, I'm just like, it's beautiful to see, you know, more culture brought over, but I'm wondering if there have been sort of challenges too into sort of ensuring the integrity in such a kind of increasingly crowded playing fields.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I think that the challenge that we saw last year was just that the demand for this higher quality matcha is actually growing and growing as people are trying matcha and becoming more accustomed and learning more and educating themselves. They're realizing, you know, that the first harvest, the more naturally sweet, amino acid rich matcha that's grown in the first harvest is truly a better quality.
Yes.
And so I think that, you know, we're hopeful that Hattori-san is able to keep expanding his operation and we can keep working with him. But I do think it's important for everyone to remember that tea is a finite product and it's a plant. And even in Japan, it takes 5 years once you plant a new matcha tencha farm to get any yield from that. So it's an investment for the farmer to be growing, you know, to start opening more farms, but it also takes a while to even generate any yield from that farm.
And tea, I think, really has been seen as a luxury in the past. And I know we're like here at Expo West where there's so much abundance here and it's like kind of overwhelming. But as you said, like we're on a planet with finite resources, and I think of like the Japanese tea ceremony or revering the tea, and just to have like just gratitude, I think, for every sip, truly, right?
Truly, yes, it's important.
Last thing I'll ask you is what brings you joy when it comes to either your business or maybe your own daily matcha rituals?
I think working and connecting with people through tea is pretty exceptional. I think that we all are, you know, sort of bound together by our appreciation and joy for matcha and other teas. And I think just celebrating that together, being able to share it with other people, working with the farmer, working with, you know, people on my team to spread awareness of this beautiful product, I think is what I love the most. So yeah, I'm very grateful that I get to do this every day.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much for your time, Hannah, and everything you're doing. If you're in New York City, go check out Matchaful's cafes. If you're not, you can order their matcha online. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thanks
great.
for this.
Yeah. I'm so happy to be here with Dr. Bronner's, one of my favorite companies. I've been using their products for years. And I am here with a wonderful guest. Would you introduce yourself?
Yes, hello, I'm Nathalie Marin-Gest, Dr. Bronner's Special Operations Team.
Amazing. So Dr. Bronner is, I feel like, a real leader in sustainability when it comes to soap and natural products for, you know, self-care in the home. Can you talk a little bit about your work and what you're doing along the supply chain for sustainability?
Yes, so it all started really back in the early 2000s when Dr. Bronner's was looking to have a clean supply chain with fair and organic ingredients. And we looked out there for different lauric oils like palm oil, like coconut oil, and there weren't any. Not fair, not organic. And so we started our own supply chains. So currently we still do have some of our own supply chains, and we work with partners as well. And it really starts with the ingredients, I believe. And then of course everything else, from ingredients to your processes to who you're working with, and packaging, of course, as well. But on the supply chain side, which is where I work, so Special Operations was formed from this need to create our own supply chains, or at least be able to find the fair and organic sources. So what we did is we started in Sri Lanka after a tsunami that had happened there. We teamed up with some local organizations and then ended up starting a coconut company, where we work with small farmers down there, and we started with coconut oil to use in Dr. Bronner's soap. But then this turned into more than that. So we make other coconut products as well and sell them to other people. That's part of my job, is to support our producers on the ground, to strengthen themselves as organizations, and to also develop themselves in the market. So part of my job is to help them sell to other people too.
Amazing. And make sure they're not wasting anything in terms of everything they're producing.
And make sure
right?
they're not wasting anything.
Yeah.
So for example, at this one spot in Sri Lanka, the husk of the coconut isn't used for the products and the shell, but we use those for different artisanal projects, or the shell can also be used as fuel as well, sustainable fuel. So doing this work, starting out, having organic is a big part of sustainability, right? Not
Huge.
putting chemicals into the soil.
Yes.
Fair trade is another piece of sustainability we don't really talk about. The human side, the social well-being is a huge part. I come from a fair trade background, so that's why I'm always also focused on the social side. But that's another part of sustainability, right? If the people aren't able to make a good wage, to have a decent work environment and have opportunities, then your business won't be sustainable. The growing operation in a sustainable manner won't continue. Everything's connected, right?
Absolutely. And I feel like oftentimes where there is, workers' rights violations, there's also environmental violations. They go hand in hand, and
Usually,
on the
you're
flip
right.
side, right? Like
Yeah.
when we care for the earth and we care for each other, that goes together, because you really
together.
can't separate it. We're all interconnected.
It's all one.
As the bottle says.
It really does go back to that.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful phrase.
It is.
So we started to do this in Sri Lanka. We also moved on in Ghana, started our own supply chain there for the bar soap to be able to have palm oil. So what David Bronner has said is he wanted to take like one of the most contentious products like palm oil and do it right.
Yes.
From that, we started growing in Ghana mixed agroforestry, dynamic agroforestry farming systems, where it's not monocrop, it's palm mixed in with cocoa, with cassava, with plantain, and all kinds of other products. And from doing this, the cocoa came up, and that's where we at one point had a chocolate bar brand as well, because we wanted to encourage the farmers to continue to grow in a regenerative manner, in an organic manner in this way, so we had a market for them. And that's what we're doing now as well. Well, we don't have the chocolate bar anymore, but we're selling that cocoa in Ghana to some folks that make chocolate in Ghana. And then the other products we're placing them, like I have some cassava flour in my bag here.
Delicious.
So that was the first part, right? And then it's also finding other partners out there, because we don't do it all ourselves. So what other partners are out there that also are doing good work, organic, fair trade? And then what was the next step? There comes regenerative organic, right? We started to see the way that we were operating in the field, we already were not putting chemicals in the ground, but we were doing more than that. We were doing extra activities, putting, mulch and compost and good agricultural practices, cover cropping, like under coconut trees. It's very important not have monoculture, so you also plant other cover crops in between. And from this, we realized there's something else here. The organic, the fair trade, the soil health, there's something more. That's when David Bronner teamed up with Patagonia, Rodale Institute, and the beginning of the Regenerative Organic Certified program was born.
Amazing.
From this experience, and of course the experience that the other partners brought as well.
Yes.
And what does ROC do? It's like the ultimate package of sustainability, what we were talking about, environmental, social, regenerative organic certified packages that. Organic is the base, then you have to have soil health, if there's animal welfare, and social welfare. It's the only regenerative one that includes organic and fair trade, and it's really the full package of sustainability.
Yeah, social, economic, environmental, but like you said, so many of these certifications are missing the social piece.
They really are.
Truly.
They
So,
really are.
yeah.
And so that's why this is a great certification. Like I said, I worked in fair trade, and I jumped ship because I saw, yes, this is an even greater package. This is how it should be. So sustainability in the field and supply chains should have, even if you're not like fully certified, like be practicing in the right way and such. So I think that's a big part of where sustainability starts. Like, what are you doing on the ground? And of course, what are your partners doing? What are they doing also with their own waste? Like in our own companies in the field, we have, wastewater recycling plants and all kinds of initiatives to be able to not make waste ourselves when we're down there. And, use all the parts of the plant that you can. A lot of the waste, let's say, from processing these products go back to the field as part of compost and mulch. So that's a big part of what we do, especially in this team. And of course, as Dr. Bronner's, then when you bring over these ingredients to the factory and then you put them all together and you make these amazing soaps and other products, then what containers are we going to be putting them in? What packaging? How are we going to be sending them? Yesterday we were talking all about freight and trucking and what's the best way to minimize our own carbon footprint. So that's something else, right? And of course, then you go into lovely other initiatives that I wasn't a part of, but like the reusable, or the refillable package, that's very big. We also have the refillable stations at retailers. Like, how are ways that we can, from making the good product to bringing it to shelf, like how else can we be reducing our footprint? Okay. So besides that, we also have started our All-One Climate Initiative, which is really trying to bring it all together. We do reporting already in our All-One report. But besides that, we had some extra funds that we're putting in and seeing, all right, how else can we do in-setting projects or projects that are within our value chain or beyond to do good stuff. Like we do buy some offsets and of good projects out there, but we're also now investing further in our own supply chains to say we've expanded our dynamic agroforestry in Ghana. We're doing even more. We're putting in solar panels also down in our Ghana and other operations, and seeing how we can help people plant trees. We're also supporting in those areas in Palestine and in India as well.
That's phenomenal.
So from the land restoration and the energy side, we're trying to do more as well, very intentionally focused, and we're measuring all of this. We're measuring all the data from our own scope 1, 2, 3 emissions, and we're also doing some assessments on the social side too, to see, all right, in these new areas where we're starting to work in the field, what impact are we having as well? Because we have a lot of impact, but we just didn't really measure it. You can measure it by the well-being of the communities and such, but actual data, we're working on that now in the field moving forward. But when it comes to like carbon emissions and reporting, we've been reporting on that for many years and are just doing better and better, I think, at it.
That's so great to hear. I feel like especially when it comes to like scope 2 and 3, like the further you get out in the supply chain, it's harder for companies to take responsibility.
It is.
So I think what you were saying about really investing throughout the supply chain is so vital, and like caring about those communities thriving is critical.
Good point. Investing. So that's what I've been hearing. Like yesterday at Climate Day, also a big topic is commitments long term from everyone on the supply chain. Because for people to transition to regenerative organic certified, for example, it takes a lot of money and time.
Yeah, it's a process.
So you need those retailers to be investing, to be in the program already and like supporting producers.
Yeah.
So usually folks don't go on that path unless they have a market partner that is interested in buying on those terms.
Right.
And that's the investment, and that's the commitment, is shared like responsibility almost. A lot of people don't do that.
All the sexy behind the scenes of actually making the sustainability happen, right?
Yes.
A lot of metrics, data.
But I just said sexy.
It's sexy. Supply chains are sexy.
The transparency is sexy.
Yes.
And that's a big word too. Like most retailers, most brands, they don't know where they're getting their products. There's so many middlemen.
Yes.
Middle people. So they don't know what's happening. And that's a huge thing. Dr. Bronner knows where our products are coming from.
Yeah.
And some other people now are getting into that as well. That's a big piece, because then you can see, right, what values are actually happening, or being acted upon on the ground, and do they match yours or not? How much do you care?
Yeah.
So it's an investment by everyone, right?
Yes.
But I'm seeing more and more folks being interested in this, and like the topic of regenerative organic certified, it was very new a few years ago, but now it's a thing.
It's growing. I've had conversations with other people about it here. I feel like people are interested in being sustainable, especially something like soap. It goes down the drain and goes back out into our environment. So I feel like in addition to like the health of wanting ingredients that are healthy for you, you're thinking about like, how does this impact the environment? Because the life cycle of the soap does not end with you.
Great point. So that's why it starts with ingredients, right?
Yes, it does.
A good point. So do you think more people are being conscious of that cycle now?
I mean, maybe like I'm in my little sustainability bubble, so but I think so. I think I feel like you should be thinking, just like you should be thinking about like what you're putting in your trash versus like composting, like you should think about what's going down the drain with the products you use.
Point.
But I will close by asking you, what's an innovation at Dr. Bronner's that's you're excited about on the sustainability front?
I think the refill package and refill stations is the biggest one.
Yes.
It's huge, right? And it's kind of going back to basics, like what you're saying. Okay, you're
Yeah.
refilling it for people. That's how we used to do things, returning bottles and such. So I think it's a big one, and more retailers are picking up on it now. It started with only some in terms of the in-store refill sections.
Yeah.
But more and more mainstream ones want it, which is a good sign to be able to, just come in with your own bottle and refill it, or you can get some that you can reuse over and over again, as well as that carton. So
Yeah, sometimes the obvious and basic choice is the solution, right?
Yes,
Like back to
it is.
basics.
Yes.
Keep it simple.
So
Yeah.
we're like, we've advanced, but now we have to be smarter and like go back, but filtered, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time and sharing your expertise. I'm really excited to hear about everything that's happening behind the scenes. And if you need soap, check out Dr. Bronner's. I'm excited to be here with a brand that I have loved for years. 100% Pure is a fantastic fruit pigmented, natural, sustainable skincare, makeup, body care, hair care, a little bit of everything brand. And I'm here with Richard. Would you introduce yourself?
Yes. So I'm Rick Kostick, and I am one of the founders of 100% Pure. Started the company. We officially started doing clean beauty in 1999.
Amazing. And what kind of led you to wanting to found this brand, and why is having sustainable natural products so important?
So there were a few things that happened that brought us on this path. So one was my co-founder, Susie Wang. So she bought a vitamin C product when we were in college at the time at UC Berkeley. And the vitamin C product, she spent a lot of money on it. Mm-hmm. And by the time she got home and ended up using it, she noticed the vitamin C was already pretty much oxidized out of the product. And then we started doing more research into all the ingredients across cosmetics, and we realized there's a lot of ingredients in these products that aren't good for you, and nearly everything on the market. In fact, at that time, it was literally everything on the market had something in it, was not good for you long term. And there were studies coming out, and we thought, well, why isn't there anything available for people that's truly healthy for you that you can feel good about and make you have live a healthier life? And we came up with 100% Pure. And then we thought, well, how do we get this stuff made? So we started going to labs, asking them, can you make this? We want to use this and this ingredients. We don't want you to use these ingredients. And they said, like, people don't care. Why do you want to make it so hard on yourselves? And they said, okay, we'll do it, but we're going to charge you a whole lot of money to do it. And it just financially did not make sense. And so we're like, oh, what are we going to do? We really want to do this. And it dawned on us, you know what? We know how to make this stuff. And we lived together in our Napa farmhouse. And we just converted our Napa farmhouse into like a beauty bakery.
Love it.
And we started making skincare out of our home. So we started with 21 SKUs of skincare.
Wow. Well, almost 30 years later, I think it's proof that people really do care.
Yeah.
What's in our products that goes on our bodies matters. And women are disproportionately exposed to toxins because of using more products, and especially like kids too are more vulnerable. Like there's so many populations where they're getting overexposure to toxins. So it's like such an easy step to be able to use a more natural and safe for you product, like from 100% Pure. I think that you're doing some really innovative things in your products around ingredients. Like, can you talk about the fruit pigmentation, for example, in your color products?
So this happened around 2005-ish.
Yeah.
And again, with Susie picking blackberries in her garden, and she noticed the stain on her fingers, and she showed me, she said, look, Rick, look at the stain on my fingers. Can we take this and can we put it into like a lipstick?
Yeah.
Or makeup? I was like, I don't know, let's try it. And so we started isolating the pigment from the fruits and vegetables and put it in bases, and that's how we got into our fruit pigmented makeup. So all of our makeup uses fruit pigments to enhance the color of the fruit onto your skin, which is very healthy for you because that's the antioxidant. of the fruit is the color, the anthocyanin.
Phenomenal. And the colors are so vibrant. And I think, there's definitely dyes are an area there's a lot of concerns about when it comes to like more conventional dyes. So this is such a great alternative from nature.
Yeah.
Are there any other ingredients with like, skincare benefits? I'm thinking of maybe your caffeine eye cream or other ones that you're excited about that you feel like are interesting?
There was one from when it came out. It's been a few years now since it came out, maybe 5 years or so. And I've been interested in it since then, and we got into the space, but it's trending even more and more and more, and it's Pacuccio. So Pacuccio is nature's alternative to retinol.
Yes.
And there's scientific studies of the result, that the result from Pacuccio is the same as the result from retinol. It's like doing the same thing, but it's powered by nature, and it's much more gentle on your skin and more gentle on your body and your health.
Yeah, healthier for you. You don't have to sacrifice the active skincare benefits and looking beautiful, right, for those more toxic ingredients. Right. You can absolutely have that same level of performance.
Absolutely.
Which is great. I'm also curious kind of in terms of your manufacturing and supply chain, kind of how you're thinking about sustainability on that side as well.
Yeah, so we do, since we were producing products out of our farmhouse, we do our own manufacturing in San Jose, California. And when we do it's solar-powered facility. We recycle most of the water, almost zero waste, very close to it. So we control there's a lot of waste that happens behind the scenes that you don't see. So we're trying to minimize that amount. We've made a plastic commitment. So we're reducing our plastic usage. We shifted a lot of our skincare and a lot of our other ranges to tubes. We did that for a reason. One is it's less plastic overall and less fossil fuels for shipping. And number two is I believe that's the first kind of technology that's going to shift away from plastic. Like we're working with a university right now to use the rubber tree to make tubes.
Oh, phenomenal.
So we're preparing for that. So this is exciting. And we're really worried about the microplastics in the oceans and in our bodies. So that's the biggest concern with all the plastics.
Absolutely. But I feel like you just mentioned the rubber. I think we're going to continue to see more innovation in sustainable packaging in the years ahead because there's such a need for it.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel optimistic.
I do too.
Do you have a favorite product from your line?
I like to use the Pacuccio serum.
Okay.
So that's why I mentioned Pacuccio. Yes. That's my favorite after I shower, shave, and then apply the Pacuccio when I'm going to stay out of the sun or use SPF on top.
Right.
Because that's kind of the most proven item, but I'm a big fan of all of our serums, all of our oils. We do a lot of different ones, so I like to try different ones different days to get different benefits from them. And our coffee bean caffeine eye cream is our staple. That's been a product we developed from the early beginning, and it's been our hero product.
It's great. I can attest to that. And I feel like skincare also can be so fun, right?
Yeah.
I think it's it's fun and it's self-care.
Yes.
And yes, thank you for making such beautiful products.
Thank you.
I'm Kelly Vlahakis-Hanks. I'm president and CEO of ECOS. We make plant-powered cleaning products, and we've been doing it for almost 60 years. And I'm so proud of the fact that we've remained family-owned and operated and truly committed to human and planetary health. And now we're actually the #1 selling green laundry detergent in the United States.
Wow. Huge congratulations.
Thank you.
I have been a fan of ECOS for years. I use your products in my home. I've talked on the podcast before about the importance of natural products and, reducing exposure to toxins. And there's no place more personal than your home and wanting to make that a safe environment and also have effective products. So I know that ECOS is leading and innovating in a number of ways, but perhaps you could sort of walk us through some of these beautiful graphics we have behind us.
I would love to, and I thank you so much for just calling attention to the very important thing that cleaning products play a critical role in human health. I think people don't realize that in the United States, cleaning products are entirely unregulated, and so manufacturers can put whatever they want in them. And so people must read the labels, read the ingredients, because you want to make sure that you're not leaving toxic residues on plates or glasses or on your clothes, where your skin is your largest organ.
Yes.
So if we want to walk into the booth, I can show you some of our great innovations. But before we do that, behind me is our timeline. And so the company was actually started by my father in 1967. So he immigrated to this country with $20 in his pocket, has an incredible backstory, and was really thinking a lot about the ingredients in cleaning products long before people were even talking about organic food. And so you can kind of see the growth of the company through the years, and really taking a look at expanding our footprint, new manufacturing facilities, doubling down on all of our sustainability initiatives. We're carbon neutral, we're water neutral, we're platinum zero waste. So truly sustainable manufacturing alongside of green chemistry. But let's get you into our booth to see all the green chemistry.
The full life cycle of the product from the manufacturing to that.
It's made in the local marketplace.
Amazing.
So here we're manufacturing in California, in Illinois, in Washington, in New Jersey, and we're also sourcing locally too. And in Greece,
where it all started.
in Greece to service Europe, Middle East, and Africa.
Amazing.
And so it's really exciting to have this entire footprint. When you cross into our booth, I would tell you, let's start over here. So this is our liquid laundry detergent. So it's our #1 selling item. And I think that, thank you. And we really want to always say what we're made without, right? So made without dyes and formaldehyde and 1,4-dioxane. We want to educate our consumers that so many ingredients are linked to cancer, to asthma, to nerve and organ damage, skin sensitivities like eczema. And
skin's the largest organ in the body. I have chronic eczema.
Okay.
So it's like so important what detergent I'm using, what I'm washing my dishes with. So it's something I think about all the time.
Thank you.
And also just like thinking about how like women are disproportionately exposed to cleaning fluids, or if you have small kids, we need these alternatives, right?
We do. And we need affordable alternatives too. And that's accessible. And thank you, because from the very beginning, we didn't want green to be a premium offering that was just for the affluent. We wanted to be opening price point so that everyone had the right to a healthy home. It should be a right, a human right. And this is something that we need to do a much better job of for all of our people. Because you're right, cleaning homes is linked to cancer at rates that smoking cigarettes are. And I think people don't realize that, right? They think of cleaning as protecting health, and oftentimes they're just spreading toxins. And so for us, we've made a huge commitment. Our liquid laundry detergent, our laundry detergent sheets. So this is a really unique, innovative format where we are getting rid of the plastic bottle. And so we looked at everything we could do, got rid of the water, got rid of the bottle. And so the sheet, one sheet does one load.
And that also reduces emissions from shipping heavy.
It's exactly
right. So it's
right.
kind of across the board.
You're right.
Really.
We get more loads on a truck.
Yes.
We lightweight it. And so that's a really important initiative. We do the same thing with our ultra concentrated laundry detergent. Aluminum is infinitely recyclable. So with our aluminum bottles, you only need 2 pumps. 2 pumps actually does a load of laundry. And so this is another one of our plastic-free initiatives.
Amazing.
At the show, we're showing our Oxo Bright, our laundry stain and odor remover that's using enzymes. And we're also showing our new, the very first green scent booster, because people should be very concerned about a lot of the synthetic fragrances. And so we're using essential oils to create a really beautiful scent booster. And we're actually all dressed in our scent booster uniforms today. But we cover all aspects of greening your cleaning. So from laundry, right behind us, we have our dish offering, both our foaming dish, our packs. We manufacture in all sorts of formats and just want to make sure we meet the consumer where they're at.
Beautiful. I want to ask you 2 more questions.
Yes.
One is there any innovation in any of your formulas that you're feeling excited about?
Oh, yes. So the innovation I would love to talk to everybody about today is our new banana extract. So if you come over here, this is our innovation station. And if you look at the back of our packaging, it talks about Banatech. And we're all actually wearing bananas today because we are the first company to use banana extract as a preservative. And I think when people are looking at various products, looking at the preservative systems is important because you want to protect the product from developing any bacteria, and banana extract does a wonderful job. So I hope people will try. Plus, I want to show you how beautiful, this is a multi-purpose foaming cleaner. And look at, it really beautifully creates a lot of foam so that you can clean your surfaces. So I'm really excited about that.
I'd never heard of banana extract as a preservative, and I love that. It just goes to show that like nature has the answer.
It does.
Like truly, there's so many ways we can utilize, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we have to find our way. We've lost our way.
Yes.
And we have to bring people back to the power of nature. It's our best partner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, final question.
Yes.
Which is, what is your favorite product? Or like
my favorite product. So my all-time favorite product is our Parsley Plus all-purpose cleaner. We now also have the parsley in our multi-purpose.
Beautiful.
But I love the smell of parsley. Like when I clean my kitchen, it's wonderful. It's got natural antibacterial properties. So when you think of parsley, people will oftentimes in like third world countries use it in lieu of toothpaste, right? And so what we're doing is we're looking at these natural ingredients and we're wondering, how do we deploy those technologies in our cleaning products? And so our Parsley Plus, which is over there, has been my favorite for the last 30 years.
Beautiful. Parsley, banana, I love it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Thank you so much, Kelly.
Thank
I really
you.
appreciate it. Thank you for doing what you do, and
Thank you.
excited to continue to use your products and cultivate a clean but safe and healthy environment in the home. So,
And thank you for what you do, for really letting people know about the importance of greening their cleaning and about the importance of living a healthier life. I mean, I think we need to take control of these things. You know, no one else will do it for us. So I appreciate you raising awareness.
My name's Aaron. I am the brand activations manager at Who Gives a Crap. We're an eco-friendly toilet paper brand. We make sustainable, eco-friendly toilet paper made out of 100% recycled paper or 100% sustainable bamboo. The awesome thing about bamboo is that it grows like a grass. You can cut it, trim it, doesn't lead to deforestation. Recycled toilet paper is made from recycled papers, so it's a very sustainable option.
Amazing. I feel like toilet paper is one of those things you might not even think about in terms of sustainability.
Yeah.
So it's really great to see alternative options with, you know, more sustainable life cycle of the whole product.
100%.
And it all goes back into the environment, right? When you flush it down the toilet.
That's right.
Nothing just disappears.
It might not seem big and mighty, but a simple switch can make a very huge impact. Every day, over 1 million trees are cut down to make traditional toilet paper. That's why Who Gives a Crap, we're on a mission to kind of change that. And we're also donating 50% of our profits to help build toilets to developing communities around the world.
That's so important and huge. I feel like that component of the brand too, really. I've bought your toilet paper before.
Amazing, love to hear it.
I think seeing that piece about helping, you know, sanitation globally is really crucial and important.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's a very simple switch, and we want to like inspire other companies that, you know, we can make a difference with our products and we can help the consumers make an easier choice.
Phenomenal. Can I ask you a silly question?
Love a silly question.
Is the bidet your biggest competition?
That's a really great question. I think still toilet paper is always going to be necessary no matter where you are. Even with a bidet, I think you still have to have some toilet paper. You know, I could be wrong there, but
personal preference.
Preference, yeah. Toilet paper is still always going to be needed. Biggest competitor? I don't know. I wouldn't. It's not. I'm not sure if it is.
Fair. Is there something innovative that your brand is doing that you really appreciate?
Yeah, 100%. We're expanding the family of products. We've expanded to tissues, paper towels. Our goal is to eventually make a whole family of products that people can use at home. The newest product that we have are recycled trash bags, as well as recycled poop bags for dogs and pets.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we beg the question, who gives a crap? We care about the planet.
We do. We care.
Yeah, we care. You give a crap.
I do.